Hello everyone, my name is Denise. I'm a Catholic counselor. Sorry for not making videos for so long. I started a new full-time job. I was too busy and too tired adapting. So I'm going to make one video now, something that I've been thinking about for a long time. And that is a video about self-sufficiency versus learning to rely on others, okay? So I was like talking to someone about this topic, and his main suggestion was to make people independent. Like my job as a counselor is to help my clients get independent and not need me anymore. And I know there's some truth in that, and I respect it. But I also believe that there is an element of before you do that, one of the most important life lessons you can teach to people is to learn how to rely on others, to form a trusted bond with a trusted adult, and learn to trust that person to protect you and nurture you. And this ability to bond can then be replicated in other people. So that is the element of learning to rely on others, okay? Because if you are too self-sufficient, without being able to trust others and rely, you can develop narcissistic traits, which is I don't trust anyone, I only rely on myself, and I'm a bit angry about that. So you'll be emanating a sort of angstiness instead of warmth and nurturing if you don't have this ability to depend on others. On the other hand, if you're overly dependent and overly enmeshed with others, it's also not healthy, because then you are not able to express yourself fully. Why would I say that? What I mean is, for example, I might be a person very high in openness, with a strong need to explore the arts, explore several philosophical ideas and all that. But in order to please the people that I'm so dependent on, I might repress these aspects of myself. So my openness might actually my maybe natural makeup to be express this openness, this artisticness, this openness to ideas is very strong, but I can never fully reach the boundary of it, of full expression, because I've repressed this part of myself, so that I can be people pleasing and keep those people whom I'm dependent on in my life. So that's not healthy as well. It requires a balance of being able to rely on them when I really need to, and also to be self-sufficient enough to express myself fully, so I can become the Denise that God intended me to be, without having to hide bits of myself in order to be pleasing and to retain all those people whom I can't live without. Besides, like at this point, I would like to quote Saint Teresa of Avila, very beloved Catholic saint, who says that it's very, very important, or she says that in her life, the book of her life, that there are just three values that are very important: detachment, humility, and love. So detachment is the ability, at least in my opinion, this point of my life, detachment is the ability to form bonds. You really are bonded with this person, but also able to let it go if it's God's will. You know, it's like living a day at a time. I enjoy this. It is wonderful. I'm living in the here and now. But at the same time, I don't cling on to it. I don't have the need to grasp it, because I know that I'm already loved by something much greater and bigger, like by God, and that is far transcendent. My cup is already full. Everything else is just a bonus. So that God's love, when it's so overwhelming, gives you detachment from other worldly relationships. So then it pushes everything, elevates it to a more supernatural level. No longer human overdependence or human self-sufficiency, but almost like I'm depending fully on God, and that helps me to be independent, as well as to love and trust my fellow human being. Okay, maybe it's getting a bit abstract, but either way, I'm proud of myself for making a video after so long. It's going to be a short one, so I hope that it's been helpful to all of you. And if it has, kindly press like, share and subscribe, as I still remember my lines. Thank you. God bless.